Welcome to the Montana Lifestyles Podcast. We did a story specifically on Borrie's and their very special anniversary. We kept things very casual, just set the cameras up, immediately started talking, and I'm looking forward to sharing this story with you. Please enjoy. It's the Montana Lifestyles Podcast, and we're starting with Debbie. Let's go back. Your childhood, tell me a bit about you, and let's go back a little bit.
I don't think I'm the important one here. My family, who this building, this business, the legacy comes under. Mm-hmm. Started with my grandfather, whose name is Borrie. Mm-hmm. Actually, his name was Emilio. Borrie was his nickname. Started a little pub just up the street, just east of us. Mm-hmm. Beer bar. Yeah. Served pork sandwiches. They didn't really do food. There was no restaurant involved. It was a big smelterman stop back in the day. Yeah. Things progressed. They did some foods from the house to the grocery stores, like salads and just refrigerated stuff. Right. It's some of the ravioli, spaghetti sauce. Right. And then I don't know how and why and where it happened, but it progressed into a full-fledged restaurant.
What did your parents tell you about Borrie?
My grandpa?
Yeah.
I knew him because I was, like I said, I was in the 5th grade when he passed away. Yeah. So I knew him well. He was really good on this side of the bar. I never ever saw him on the other side of the bar.
Really?
Ever. He was the PR guy.
Okay. He was the face.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when everyone came in and sat down for dinner, he would be the guy who would be saying hi and out.
He was the meat, yeah. And he never stayed here. Well, like I said, he died really young. But, yeah. And then my dad, I worked with my dad and my Aunt Rose. Mm-hmm. There was 2 of them. Mm-hmm. And they were the kitchen people they're the ones who taught me everything I know about the kitchen and the recipes, and I have some really good teachers.
See, that's what I like. That's what I'm talking about. Tell me a little bit. So we're at 85 years now, celebrating 85 years. I'm sorry. I have watched so many businesses come and go so quickly. Some within a year, some within 20 years. What makes Borrie's different and how long have you been working here? You're saying you've been working here since you were like a little kid, right? You've been always in here.
We go to mass on Sunday and out to breakfast, and then we had to come and clean the back bar when we were kids. That's what we did. Yeah. We came to work, and it's just been, I don't know, it's just been a generational, there's a lot of pride.
Yes. Yeah.
There's a lot of hard work, and we love what we do. We love our customers, our employees, we're just a big family. It's just a family thing.
Tell me about one of your regulars. I have a feeling you probably have an older regular that makes their way in here all the time that might remember some of the past.
Well, actually, I'm not out in front so much anymore. No? Dan knows all of them.
We're gonna bug him later. We'll drag him into it.
We just lost a lady last week that, gosh, I don't even know. I think she might have been 88 years old. Really? But she was every Monday night. Her and her husband every Monday night had their, is it Manhattans that's made with the orange? No. Old Fashions. Old Fashions, put their $10 in the poker machine, had dinner, and every Monday night. But we have a lot of those. Yeah. So I don't want to particularly name somebody because we have had so many for so many years. Yeah. For so many years. Yeah. We're doing a lot of family celebration of life things now because our older customers are passing on, and now the families are like, we have to go to Borrie's. Okay. There's 40 of you? Oh my God.
That's a lot of tears to shed over.
It's a lot of celebrating. It's just there is actually a thing on Facebook, and I don't know who put it on, but it was 85 years in business, share your story. Yeah. There is really cool stories of family celebrations at Borrie's, and it's on the Borrie's Facebook page. It's
All right.
kind of cool.
So Borrie's Facebook page, we'll make sure to check that out.
You know, I'd like to have Debbie talk about is the history on this building, the history on the walls, the art. That is another big part of the Borrie story.
That's one of the reasons why I wanted to point this way. This is beautiful artwork across the
it's
board.
all beautiful. I mean,
Across the board.
Debbie can explain. I would like to have Debbie explain about the art, how it all got started, because it's another tradition we all enjoy when we come.
Well, like I said, when we used to come and clean the backboard, that's when we had mirrors back there. We had no artwork. We had mirrors, and Sundays was clean the mirrors. And there was smoking in here then, so it was quite a job.
So let's get rid of it, put up some artwork. That'll save some time.
So anyway, this artist, Leo Bloyer, was a very good customer, a very regular customer, a very local man. Him and his wife and 2 boys came in here all the time. And I honestly don't know what the deal he had going with my dad, but I know we started getting artwork.
Yeah.
And it just started
Cascading from there, huh?
and then we got rid of the mirrors, and then we're putting up artwork, and I'm like, well, this is cool. So it's been here a long time. He died, I believe, in 82. But he sat at this bar many a night. And then Kuka, these are all King Kukas, and he was the same way. He was my Blackfeet buddy.
Oh, yeah? King Kuka's daughters, I know them very closely.
Yes,
They're close
yes.
friends of mine.
And their family has
Oh,
celebrated
man.
many occasions at Borrie's.
Yeah. They're incredible people. They really are. And that can be said for anyone in this town. I think if Borrie's continues on as it did for 85 years, it's because of the people that are here. So, I mean,
Agreed.
I can't.
And then we have Brian Morger in the other two rooms is all Brian Morgers. And he just approached me one day and wanted to hang. He said, if you do the framing, I'll provide the print.
Oh.
That's how we started. I don't know if I should even be telling anybody that. But that's how that started. So that again just went from a couple to I got the whole room. I got all of his Christmas that we bring out during Christmas. In fact, he brought in
You have the smokestack in the back.
the bronze.
Who did the bronze?
That's Brian Margers.
Is it?
Yes.
It's beautiful.
And I have bronzes in there from Ken Marnick, who is also another local artist. His wife was a cocktail server here for years and years.
Wow.
Very good friends with all of them, but he's got some beautiful bronzes in that room. Beautiful bronzes. In fact, the Stagecoach one was in Calgary Stampede.
Oh, really? Wow. See, this is wonderful. And you thought you were going to be bad at this. Good heavens. So, Debbie, I do want to know, tell me a little bit about your parents.
My mom and dad.
Yeah.
They were the best ever. Tuesday nights, every Tuesday night, Manhattan night at Borrie's Tuesday night. My mom worked here, made the raviolis,
No.
kept my dad alive. My dad we used to serve lunches, and my dad was always the lunch cook.
Yeah.
And then he's the meat cutter and the sauce maker, and my mom made all the raviolis and passed that right on down to me.
Yeah, I know you're at it.
I don't do it anymore. I have Colleen now.
Yeah.
And my brother is still making sauce, and it's a very traditional family recipe. We don't vary. It is what it is. For 85 years, it is what it is.
Nice. What was your plan growing up? What were you going to become? What was your goal?
I was going to open a restaurant in Missoula.
In
Serve
Missoula,
spaghetti
huh?
and raviolis and a steak sandwich.
Yeah.
That was my plan. But
Yeah.
then things happened here, and
Yeah.
I stayed here.
Yeah. And you never know where life is going to take you.
No. And you just
But what an amazing
with it.
legacy that is left behind here for you.
very, very cool.
Mm.
Very cool.
The listeners of our podcast know how important the word legacy is to me, and how important it is that we share a legacy that'll inspire the next generation, because so much of the next generation is missing out.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't feel like they care, but it's okay.
It's a different
Okay.
generation, and there's a lot that they're missing. There's a lot that they're missing. There's a wonderful opportunity.
Oh,
And here
Dennis.
he is. Hello, Dennis.
Hi, how you doing?
Very good. We're gonna have some fun with
God.
Dennis in a little bit
I'm
too.
so happy to hear that. Oh,
I'm
Chloe,
okay with
baby.
stopping here if you want.
Okay,
That's actually
I
perfect.
mean, if you're good, I'm.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
good. Okay,
That's perfect.
thank you.
Doing so-
Right,
What the hell you doing?
right here. Right
am I
where
going?
Yes.
Right here. Right here. You're not going anywhere.
Oh, right here.
You're gonna sit right here in this chair with me, Dennis.
That's the world's greatest bartender right there.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You and Dan get
I
along, huh?
traveled all over the world. All over the world. I never ever found anybody as good as him. Boy, he's a good carpenter, too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dan, he's putting you in your spot there, brother.
Yeah, and he's lying. You know how you can tell he's lying?
I've done stories.
Lips are moving.
No, he did no windows on my house down there. He's still got 2 more to go.
I mean, she did it for how many?
Best bartender in the world right here, getting your water.
Hey, world's greatest, Hannah. He's the best bartender I've ever seen in my
You
life.
wanna hand that to Dan?
Whenever I worked here, and I didn't even know he was here.
Dennis, when did you work here?
50 years,
50. You worked here for 50 years.
Yeah.
What did you do while you were here?
bartender.
Bartending.
I
So you taught him everything he knows?
I was gonna give you the Dennis.
That's impossible.
What was your favorite drink to mix here?
Oh, here?
Yeah.
Well, I don't really. I guess they like my margaritas.
Yeah?
They couldn't ask him to make it because he don't know how.
Yeah.
And so I made.
Dan, you're being thrown under the bus.
What'd you
You're gonna
expect?
have to protect yourself once I get you on this chair.
Now I'm just wanting to get in that chair. Paybacks.
Oh.
Why don't you just pull a seat up alongside of him?
I had always
I'm
had
actually totally okay with that.
Most of the stuff we had laughs about, we can't talk about.
Uh-huh. And what about Colleen? Where is she?
Yeah, what's yeah.
You know, back when I was working over the 3D Club, a guy come in, and his name was Ernie Gorsuski, and he owned this joint, Borrie's. And he seen he said, well, now there's a bartender knows what the hell he's doing. So he asked me if I'd like to come over and work at Borrie's. So I only worked a couple shifts then because I was working at the smuggler at the time. But yeah, that's how Ernie come over and got me. Yeah, it was. Asked me to come work. I said, well, I can't work that many because I'm working at the smelter at the time. So I think I only worked about 2 nights a week to start off with.
Maybe
Then when
to
the
start
smelter
off.
shut down,
Ernie never had that good eyesight.
he was really
I'm dubious about that story
Danny?
myself.
Ernie
very
was
smart.
never a very good judge of people.
Oh, he's very smart, he was. Very smart. I'll tell you, he was so lucky. He told me, he said, that was the luckiest thing ever happened to me. When I got you a 10 bar, you could kind of pick up the slack back there. I said, what do you mean? There's Danny Johnson 10 bar here. Oh, no shit. I said, yeah, I suppose I'll have to help him out.
Well,
Somebody
he
asked,
came after you know.
somebody asked for a glass of beer, and he said, what's that?
Okay, Dennis,
If
you
you-
look over here.
Why? Oh,
Because you're so good looking. Why? That's all I get at home all the time. Why? It's because I said so. That's why.
How many years have you two been married?
99.
she don't know how damn lucky she is to have a
I should know. He
Mel
tells
said
me
it seems like it's only
repeatedly.
15 minutes
Yeah,
underwater.
yeah. In a submersible.
Still got the camera rolling?
Yeah, the cameras are
Like I
still
told you.
rolling.
There is no hearse with a luggage rack. I always told you that.
Oh
I
boy.
don't know, but I have, what's his name? Connor's asked me what I'm doing.
There's no horse, there's no trailer hitch.
He always used to come in and size you up.
Yeah, well, that was a dentist, Croxford. Dennis Croxford come in, had his measuring tape. He always measured me. Yeah,
Dennis Crockford?
yeah, yeah, he died.
Who else
He
was I
learned
wondering
something
about
with me.
that?
I met the new owner.
Oh, did you
What are we
meet the new
doing here?
owner? Yeah.
Young man.
Oh, yeah.
I heard that he's really
I heard
a
something
nice
about
guy.
that. Yeah.
Oh, they got a new owner?
They're
Yeah.
doing a good job, aren't they? That's what I've been hearing.
We're dying to get in.
Yeah, they are. You gotta tell them all.
Oh my land.
She's stealing her line.
Oh my land.
She's stealing her.
Oh boy.
I was gonna say, and you wonder why everybody works here so long. It's fun.
Because they can't work anywhere else.
Yeah, nobody else probably would have
Yeah, it
it.
was a miracle that I had this job when the smelter shut down in '60. Yeah, of course.
I was actually 80, but you
Oh,
can
was it?
tell it.
No, it was 80, yeah. I started there when it was in 60. I worked till it shut down in 80. Then I went to work over at that warehouse behind Buttery's, Super Value. And man, I'll tell you, that guy, Tom Schlosser and Larry Davison says, they never had such a good man.
So, can you tell me a little bit about working at the smelter? Being a young guy, obviously, I never saw the smelter.
I was really young until I started working there. Then the damn zinc dust, the copper dust, you name it, got to me. Had to work, have a muzzle on all the time down the zinc roasters. That's where I first started at. And then when that shut down, I moved up to the wire mill.
You two seem to battle back and forth quite a bit here. How do you two know each other?
No.
No, not at all.
Never
Well,
once.
let's put it this way. I'm the smartest one of both of us.
A troublemaker, huh? To say the least.
Well, they always called it on
We all-
Tuesday. It was the Dennis and Dan show.
I can
Yeah.
see this. I can see this.
Oh, God,
People
we
would
have,
come
I have
just to
people ask.
See these two cut up on each other.
What are you doing?
I had so many people come and ask me, when are you guys coming back to work? I said, oh, no, I can't in the morning. And yeah, I miss you guys.
He misses working. I do all the work where he had a kissing booth down here at the end. Yeah, he's kissing and hugging all the women. I'm making all the drinks over here.
Of course. So who was Abbott and who was Costello?
He was a Yankee and I was a Giant. Yeah, if he said salt, I handed him the pepper.
So tell me a little bit about being here at Borrie's over the past long while. I mean, obviously, Dan, you. I liked your joke. I like that you were just trying to get near the booze a little quicker, right?
What's that now?
That you were just trying to get to the booze a little quicker when you started working here,
no,
right?
I was trying to get away from it is why I came here. He
Yeah.
offered me the opportunity to get on the other side of the bar.
Oh yeah.
And I told him that when I interviewed here, that I was spending too much time on this side. And so I went over there, and then, so yeah, you can have a drink or two over there, but you can't get drunk. Cause,
So I picked up my work there, you know.
Yeah.
yeah, I quickly got his work ethic.
Everyone's showing up late, right?
Yeah.
Well, we never showed up late.
So tell me about the good old days.
Oh, God, they were great.
Yeah.
This Black Eagle used to be the greatest thing. Hey, did you see that article that Dick had for Black Eagle? Your news, Black Eagle? They had all the old timers in there.
I did see that.
Yeah, and that was really neat, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
And the Black Eagle book has a lot.
a lot of them. Yes, that Black Eagle book's the greatest.
Yeah.
Got all the old timers.
Very
in.
And they sell them here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
and most of those guys that lived here worked at the smelter.
Yeah.
Most of them were Dagos and Bullhunks. Yeah, none of them could speak English. No, very few of them. Yeah, you had to be a Bullhunk or Italiano to understand what they're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So did you see a lot of people coming over to the mainland back in your time, or was that a bit before you? I would assume.
Oh no, it was back in my. That came over here.
Yeah.
That was
I think it was a little bit before my time.
Before
yes.
a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, you hear about Borrie, you hear about him coming from Borneo, Italy, you know.
Yeah, right.
And so you hear of a lot of people. I mean, what would make someone from Italy decide to come to Montana and be in Black Eagle? Tell me a bit about Black Eagle. What inspired Black Eagle?
Miller.
The smelter.
I don't know. That's Debbie's question. Why did he come here, Debbie?
50 cents an hour.
Borrie.
To Black Eagle?
Yeah.
Well, the Italians were the stone.
That's what I said.
Yes.
Oh, the stonemasons.
smelter.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how they ended up here. when
That's
they were
right.
building the
Worked at the
smelter.
smelter.
Oh,
There you go. So the Italians were the stone
Well,
makers.
yes,
and-
that put the the blocks in that smelter stack.
Isn't that something? That would make an awful lot of sense now.
Yeah.
Now, they didn't have the internet and all the fun technologies
No.
that these young millennials have these days, so it's
No.
amazing how that would get over there and they'd be like, hey, this is where we got to go next.
Well, it was actually, I got the houses, got the kids here raised.
Yep.
Got a school right down the street here, the bar right up, the old Smellerman's bar up there. Used to community center. Used to be the Smellerman's
Yeah.
hangout bar.
Yeah.
And we had that's where a lot of Dagos and Bullhunks come from. Was right here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then-
I'll tell you, when I was training bar, I didn't kid you. I think I learned more Italian than Bullhunk than I ever have in my life.
Oh, yeah?
But none of them could speak English.
Yeah.
Really. Oh, Pozzoli. I think of him all the time.
What'd they drink back then? What'd they come and ask for?
Whiskey, had a shot of whiskey. And they come in here from the smelter to get them a shot of whiskey. The only reason why they come in here is we had a kickback. We give them another shot.
Ha!
Boy, I'll tell you, they made sure they never left this place without getting another shot. And as soon as they got the other shot, see you later.
Well,
I was going to tell you something too. My dad told me this, but he used to go get a loan, line of credit loan on payday, because
Oh,
all
yeah.
the smeltermen would
Oh,
come
yeah.
in here and cash their checks and have a shot and a beer.
Oh.
well, and that's what I was going to tell him. You're leaving out the beer part. And what did they call those drinks?
Boilermaker.
Boilermakers.
Boilermakers. Yep.
Boilermaker.
But that was, shot in the beer, and they
In
wouldn't,
that little
and they
scooter
would
bus.
never leave the place without getting that other
Used
shot.
to be a full-size beer. That was a full-size beer back in the day.
Yeah, it wouldn't quite meet the demands of the children these days, would it?
What were they then? A quarter
Probably a quarter.
A
or
quarter.
less?
I just stop in here and have a glass of Schlitz, the only tap beer we had was Schlitz, and I have a glass of that before I went to work over there. It was 9 o'clock, and then till I had to go to work the next morning. But that was, it was it was a lot of people.
You told me one time that you were going over there to deal crap and you stopped by here to have a beer, and
I always did.
that's when you saw Mel.
That's right. I see when you,
met here.
right.
That's
when
when
they
you
met.
met
Did you
Mel.
two meet here?
Right. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
Matter
What's
of
the
fact, I
story you
asked
don't
Wally.
want to share with me?
Oh, there is
I
a
asked,
one. Just
I asked Wally, I said, who's that good-looking girl you got here?
Just that I should have kept
The
on
night,
going.
the night you robbed the cradle.
He'd sit up
Yeah.
there and he would this way, and then he would do this way, and then I'd see him and Wally talking and snickering, and I knew it was about me.
Oh, yeah. Wally made sure that he told me who you were. I said, boy, she's gonna be a lucky girl.
What was the line that you used on her?
I don't know. She heard I had money, that's why.
Yeah, who'd I hear that from?
Probably from you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you drop that, then you've already lost the war, brother. Yeah.
And then his other one was, I'm like, how'd you get all those scars on your face? Well, he used to wrestle bears. When the fair had come to town, he would wrestle bears, and that's how he got scratched up like that.
Boy.
I was kind of wondering about that one.
Oh, yeah, that was back in the day when I got in a car wreck.
Tell me more about just what was Black Eagle back then,
Oh, Christ. It was,
because it feels quiet now.
it's all after hours back then.
Yeah.
We had after hours, we had the whole time was right across the street.
Uh-huh.
It was after hours.
So
We didn't
lots
stay
of-
open late because it was, we didn't stay open.
Because we wanted to go over there.
Because
lot of clubs
we
and
wanted,
such.
we wanted to go to the after hours joints.
And that was actually later on, because back in the Borrie days, there were, of course, a lot more bars.
Oh,
Yeah.
And there
yeah.
used to be,
Yeah,
Calhoun's
Calhoun's
and
or
Rangers.
Rangers, the Miami Club.
I'd heard about Calhoun's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the Tonga, Tepila had it.
Yeah.
Tepila had it. Yeah.
Now, are you all from this part of Montana, or any?
Oh,
from
yeah.
outside
Born
of
and raised
Montana?
here. Yeah.
Born and raised.
Yeah. He's from North Dakota, I think.
I was born on the south side of Great Falls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Upper South, 17th Street.
There you
Yeah,
go.
he's a big shot up there in the
Up in the big time.
up in the big part of South Side. Yeah.
Yeah. And how about you?
Well, I been here for a long time too, but I wasn't born in Great Falls.
Yeah.
I was born in San Diego.
San Diego, what brought you to Great Falls?
Well, my dad was a Navy man, and he died early on, and it just. Then my mother married a Malmstrom guy,
Yep,
and that's how I got to Great Falls.
yep.
I bet you
God
didn't know
for
that.
that base. I did not
You
know
didn't
that.
know that.
God for the base.
Yeah,
I knew I'd like that base.
yeah, we had this place was just, it was after, all the joints were after
Yeah.
hours.
So things got pretty quiet after the smelter shut down, huh?
No,
No? Kept going?
oh yeah. Yeah, we had scholarships, yeah. Had a few slow nights, but majority of it, our big night was prime rib. And we,
Still is prime rib.
it is, and they still pack them in here.
Yeah.
prime
Seems
rib.
like every day is Tuesday.
Yeah, yep.
Right,
That's why Dan just can't leave.
yeah.
Yeah, you've been
Loves
stuck here
his
a while,
Tuesday
huh?
nights.
He still works here on Tuesday night,
The killer quit on me.
yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't have
we
any-
tried to prop him up, but it just wouldn't
Didn't
work.
quite work, huh?
Uh-uh.
Yeah.
No.
He kept tipping over, and
Well, that's the reason why my legs went on me. I had to carry him all the time.
Well, that's a new one.
That's a new one.
Good one.
You like that one?
That's a good one.
Extra cool points for
I
that one.
heard that one, yeah.
Well, I'm saving up the good stuff.
Should have known.
Yeah, for later here.
So the whole thing of this putting cameras in front of you guys and doing this is to just celebrate 85 years. And we've watched so many businesses
Yeah,
disappear.
yeah.
Oh,
I believe that.
So many people that we've loved, gotten to know,
Yeah.
rooted for, they couldn't hang on there for 85 years. Why can Borrie's hang on for that and keep going? What do you think that is?
well,
It's
number one. You go ahead. I'll see if you get it right.
That a girl.
it's the food. That's why.
Yes,
It's the
but
food, the spaghetti, the raviolis, the best steaks in town, and the prime rib.
See, now once again, he got it wrong.
you
Okay.
got it wrong.
You got it
You
all.
tell him. You tell
It's
him.
the family. He had the F part.
Oh, that's right.
It's the family.
It's the family.
This is.
And
See, I
they're-
knew he'd
He's
blow
very,
that,
very
but he's
true.
close. He got close on that.
I got
with the
close.
food.
That was the
Because-
next thing I was going to say.
Oh, it was right on the tip of his tongue.
Yeah.
No, it's the family. It's
Yeah.
the family that brings them in here. It's the families that
That's
come here
worked.
for
These people
anniversaries,
work like
graduations,
horses.
weddings, funerals. We hate to say, but
Yeah.
it's
What
it's
do they call them now,
this is
life
about
celebrations?
the family.
Yes,
And then the food. So I knew he'd get it wrong, but
I did
but he
too.
was close.
I
And
did
Mel
too.
knows.
Because these people worked long, hard hours from all the way down. Now, I didn't know Borrie, but I did know his wife. And they just even
You know
Rose.
Ann, didn't you?
That was Borrie's wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I just said.
I thought you said you didn't know her.
I said I didn't know Borrie.
Oh,
Tell
Don't
me
get a fight
This
on
is what I
camera.
live with every single day.
Now, I haven't heard anything about Borrie's wife. Tell me a bit about her.
Well, she was she could work circles around anybody too, but she was mean. She was hard, and you better
Really?
do And that was back in the
yes.
day that now kids would cry and leave, whereas you learned. But
Right.
who I really learned from obviously was Rose.
Yeah.
And that would be Borrie's daughter. It was Ernie and Rose. And Rose would work all day getting ready for the night. She would cook steaks all night, and then she'd sit at that bar till
yeah.
2 o'clock in the morning
Wow.
and come back and do it the next day.
Wow.
And she was a stickler for perfection and customer service. And just the tradition just carried on. It's in their blood.
Yeah.
And now here's
drink my
Anna,
beer?
fourth generation,
Go have one. All right.
and running 2 businesses. So they're just hardworking people.
Something that you don't find
No.
as much of these days.
No, and across the board, right?
Yeah.
And I'm glad we talked about that.
Yeah,
What-
that-
What kind of legacy do you want to be left behind about this place as it continues on? I mean, legacy is my favorite
am
word.
I supposed to say the food? I think it would be the
You
food.
said that, you already used that one.
That's the legacy, yeah.
You can't use the same
I
answer for
can't,
every
I
question.
can't, I can't, okay. The legacy is that they had one of the best bartenders in the state of Montana. That's me.
So humble.
Yes.
Is he this humble?
Very
Humility,
humble,
yes,
very humble man.
We changed his
Totally
name.
humble.
Dan, did I tell you that? We changed his name.
Oh, what's his name now?
Mimi.
Oh,
Mimi, yeah.
yeah.
Me, me,
It's
me,
all
me,
about
How about
me.
you now?
Mimi. I don't do anything. I just Mimi.
How old are you now, Dennis?
I'm 82.
82.
Yes.
Dan, how old are you, brother?
42.
Yeah, there you go. That feels about
I'm
right.
same age
You're
as
full.
You had a
Yeah.
chance. You had your chance. You had your
You're taking
chance.
pride in your
I
age.
never
there.
should have told the truth.
52 now.
Man, how those
What?
10 years slid by,
Oh
didn't they?
man, that happened fast. Wow, I'm aging in a second. Good heavens.
They
Well.
should make a movie about that.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, they already did. It's called Benjamin Button.
Oh, that's right.
Live life in reverse. Yeah. Well, thank you for your time, guys. Truly, and Dennis, thanks for coming in.
You bet.
What do you like about all the people that work here?
Well, I love them all. I think they're all great.
Yeah.
One bartender's kind of slow, but other than
One
that,
bartender, one
yeah,
bartender's
slow,
kind of
but
slow.
other than
Well,
that,
and they've
they're all
got this
good.
really old, slow waitress too, but she still does her best and
Yeah, she
loves
still works
being here.
2 nights
I'm
a week.
thankful they let me come back,
Yeah.
and it's
That focused
It
over
is
here,
for
that
the-
camera.
Yeah. If it's focused, you can deck him. We'll get another tooth out of his mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, there ain't too many. You better
yeah.
get
There's
them
not
out.
many left
There's
there,
not too many in there anymore.
but between the customers, loving the customers, being very proud of everything you serve,
Yeah.
I love my coworkers. If I have my 4 days off, I'm dying. I almost call you. I'm dying to know what's going on down here. Who came in tonight?
Yeah.
Who did you see? Were there any fights?
Ah, so you connect with a lot of
not-
people here, huh?
Haven't been anything like that. in a
It
long
really, everybody says it's like family.
Yeah.
But we,
Yeah.
Olive Garden's not like family. We're like family.
Well, the true Italian, right? True Italian restaurant, the true Italian lifestyle.
And as far as legacy, that's what I would want to say. If that there'll never be another place like this. It's old school, and they tried to keep it that way.
Yeah.
And I suppose there are other restaurants that have been run by family. Watch the Bear.
Go ahead, Dan. It's all right.
Anna.
Calling.
That's what I was.
Oh, never mind. Excuse me.
The women are too busy
Go ahead
for
and
you.
take care of him. It's all right, Dan.
But
Dennis, get some more water.
I think
been
people.
such a good-
Well, for instance,
It was
this
a great
guy.
place to work.
There's not a night that I work, and I'm sure other nights when I'm not here, somebody doesn't ask about him.
Yeah.
How is he? Where is he? What's he doing? Does he ever come down? And I think that people will be talking about
Thank you,
Borrie
Dan.
for decades to come.
Oh, yeah.
And how long have you worked here so far?
Well, it's really a long time. It's over 50 because they had a really nice party for me.
Over
And-
50 years. Yeah. Oh my word.
And I just I leave it at 50 when people ask me. And I think might be coming up on 55
Wow.
in October. 1st of November is when I came to work here.
And so you attest 50 X amount of years to the people here. Wow.
Yeah,
I
a lot
do.
of years.
How about you guys? How long have you two been working? How long did you work here until you quit? Until you
Oh,
retired?
I fell and broke my hips, and so I had to retire.
Well, actually, he
That
came
was-
back for a little while and we propped him up.
Yeah.
We really did.
Yeah, you tried
And
to
he
prop
came
him
in
up.
and worked just a couple of hours to get a couple of beers, a couple
And that's
of
when you
glasses
tip
of wine.
over.
Yeah,
And then when he broke the other one, there was no coming back from that.
yeah.
So, Dan, how long have you been here?
I've been here, I hired on the first week of February in 1992. But I only work 2 nights a week,
Yeah.
so I've only been here a little over 3 years.
So Tuesday and Wednesday were
It
those?
used to be Tuesday and Wednesday, and then when Kelleher quit, I didn't have to carry him anymore, so then I just went down to Tuesday. And so I just work 52 days a year, and I love every minute of it.
I never calculated mine now because I'm only working 2 days. But
Oh, yeah,
for a lot of
calculate's
years, I worked
different.
5.
It takes you a long time to get a year. Or,
It does.
1 night a week.
It does. And
5 years is 1 year.
and 5 hours a night as opposed to it used to be
There you go.
8. That's one of the biggest changes. Is when I first came to work here, we stayed open till 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
And between the drinking laws and just other places coming to town,
Yep.
Then we went down to, I think we might have went to 1 o'clock and then midnight for a long time.
So you know how the kids these days, they watch a video and they can only watch it for so long and then they click away. They lose attention so quickly. If I was to take a small part of, say, this video right now, and I was to put it up on the internet, what would you want to tell the younger generation right now? What advice would you give to the younger generation right now that I can leave with them so that they can learn from you guys to take on to the next one? Oh, look at that. That went right. Nice job, gentlemen.
No, I want to be last because they're probably going to say the same thing.
What advice?
You start.
Could you repeat that question, please?
Oh, look at him. Let me get in my serious mode here.
Yeah, because I don't have a clue what I'm going to say. Someone asked you to repeat that?
Yeah, so you can think about it a little bit longer. I get that. That is the scenario. There's young people out there that we've watched make some stupid decisions. We watched them not know what they're going to do next in their life.
No.
We watched them.
I know a lot of them.
You know a lot of them. What advice would you give them?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what I tell them. It's hard for me to give them advice because I've done it all.
You're the worst.
Done it all. You were the worst of the bunch, huh?
Yeah,
You're absolutely the worst.
I
He's
was.
definitely the don't do what I did kind of guy.
Yeah. 'Cause it's-
Do what I say, not what I do. Huh?
Right. I wouldn't.
Come
know
on,
what to
Dan,
tell
you're the
kids. Come on,
philosopher
you're
of
the
What
this world.
advice would I would do not drink until you're 21, your time will come. Stay away from the alcohol and never drink and drive, your time will come. And then you can enjoy the
Very good
intoxicating beverages
Very good advice.
and just wait your turn.
Right.
And never drink
Right.
and drive.
Right.
That is really good advice.
That's
and
very good advice, Dan. I'm proud of
personally,
you.
I think that we have come a long way in that. My kids won't drink and drive. If Willie has 2 beers, and Willie could probably have 6 because he's a big guy, he will take Uber, call me, do something, and he's been that way practically since college. So that's a good one. But mine is, and what I try to tell the girls, the young girls, is save some money. The trouble with this, with working for tips, it's easy come, easy go.
Yep.
And it's every day's payday. You're going to go back and get some more. And I tell them, just put away $20, $10. Get an envelope. It's like your 401. Put it in there. Forget about it. Don't touch it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when you're young, you think, oh, well, I'm going to work till
I'm
I'm
gonna last
50.
forever, yeah.
And then I'm going to retire. And the longer you work, the longer you figure out you got to keep on working.
That reminds me, can you loan me $20?
Oh, I thought you were going to say I thought you were going to say you owe me $20.
No, I don't
That
have
too.
So all I
Yes.
did is just made money all my life. I've done really good. I have for a guy that was a bartender.
Dan,
Well,
good
something
heavens.
that you might not know about Dennis, he was the president of the International Cheapskates of America. That's a USCAs of America.
Lifetime member.
He lifetime
Lifetime
member
membership,
went to
I
the
see,
convention.
yes.
He went to the Cheapskate
course.
convention every year.
What was your other piece of
Oh,
advice?
my other one, and I don't know if Dan works with them much or not, but Riley and Aiden. We've got
Oh,
2
good
young
kids.
fellas here. Well, Riley works for you too. And they graduated 2 years ago or just last year. And they haven't gone off to college. Aiden's dad owns the pawn shop, works there every day. They have taken up bartending and cocktailing, and they're wonderful with people. And I'm just proud of them that they didn't think we got to run off to college or we need to do this. And they're just kind of enjoying living life the way they're living it right now.
Charles, we're talking about you and your family again.
Okay.
We love you
There
guys.
you go.
Point right there. That shows how tight this family is. It shows
Yeah.
how much you connect with each, and how small Great Falls is.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know how small
Yes.
Black Eagle is.
Yeah.
We all are intertwined, and we'll find the connections just like that.
And you go far away and
Yeah.
you find them.
Yes, it's very true.
So I'm trying to think out of that family. I think with that new baby that there's 5 generations of them, because there was, Robert's dad. Can't think of his name. He was a musician. He played with Boone and the Buckskins, and they used to come here and eat after hours. I wasn't here then, but he told me that over the years they'd get through playing at the J-Bar-T and come up here and eat. So why can't I think of his name? Him, and then Robert, and then Jessica, that's married to Charles, then their bunch of kids, and then Jillian had a baby. So that's there's a few of 5-generation families now. But there are a lot of 4-generation, lots of them.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Well, I said this is a good opportunity to wrap up. I think we got some bar work to do and a busy night ahead for Borrie's per the usual.
You have to work tonight.
Yeah, you working?
What's that? Oh yeah, I gotta go right now. I gotta be to work in 30 minutes.
There we go.
This is
The shift is
Tuesday,
just getting
isn't
started.
it?
Wow.
Right.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah,
you
right.
could cover for him tonight.
Oh, there you
No
go.
way, I can cover it.
Prop you up somehow.
I covered him the whole time he's back in
just
that
one
twine.
more time.
I think if we just get a couple belts and strap them to the back of Dan's back, he could just be on the backside, no one.
Carry around some
Yeah.
more.
I was getting me one of those carts, you know.
How you doing?
Around.
How you
A
doing?
cart or a office chair. You need
Office
a
chair.
higher one and
I get an office chair and go back to the bar.
whiz back and forth.
Go up and down the bar in my chair.
Perfect. All right.
No,
Well, thanks, guys.
I'm
This is
happy
very good.
to.
Thank you.
I'm happy to work here. Yeah, and Danny was a good man. Him and I had more fun than anybody. Yes, and he was a
Went
good
round
man.
and round.
Oh God, we had so much fun.
We went round and round.
Yes, we did. You just can't believe how much fun.
Don't
we
ever
had.
call him Callahan either.
And we had
Kelleher.
we had
Daisy
people
gets mad when you call him
We
Callahan.
had- come up and ask me, and this is the truth. He says, "When are you and Danny going to be back to work again?" I says, "Well, I can't no more." He goes, "Boy, we sure miss you in the Borries."
Well, how about all the
Yeah.
times they wanted to know if Dan was your son?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes,
Still get all of that.
Oh,
yeah.
We're brought to you by Treasure State Lifestyles Montana Magazine, the best magazine when it comes to anything that has to do with Montana, bar none. You got to go and get it. It's free to get from almost anywhere. Seriously, we're all over Montana. We are a regional magazine, and we love sharing legacies and stories that are just different than what you're going to find everywhere else. You'll see why when you pick up one of our magazines and check it out. I want to say the world's biggest thank you to Johnson Madison Lumber, our sponsor of the podcast since we started. You can check them out, jmlumber.com. And the most important thing, any construction that you need, it's far more than lumber. These guys are ready to help you out in so many different ways. I put baseboard all throughout my house. I got it all from Johnson Madison Lumber and done a lot of other construction stuff that we picked up right from Johnson Madison. They had everything I needed, and they've been incredible. 300 years of combined experience with so many amazing guys who will quickly become friends of you and help you with your projects. Big, big thanks to everyone over at Johnson Madison Lumber, the guys and gals who make doing the DIY a little bit easier than you'd expect.